She first entered my life as a quiet shadow. My name is Anaya, a girl born into comfort, raised in a world where everything came easily. A big house, a successful family, and a life everyone thought was perfect. But inside, I was lonely. A kind of loneliness that no amount of luxury could fill. The day she arrived, I didn't even look up from my phone. I just heard my mother saying, "This is Zia, she will help with the house." A soft "G" was the only sound she made. That was her, silent, calm, almost invisible. For the first few days, I barely noticed her. She moved like wind, quietly cleaning, organizing, cooking. She never complained, never spoke unless spoken to. And yet, there was something about her silence. Something that made me want to understand her. One evening, I came home tired and frustrated from work. My mood was terrible. When I entered my room, everything was clean, my clothes folded, my desk arranged. A small plate of fruit was kept on the table with a note. "You didn't eat lunch. Please eat something. Zia." A maid caring like this. It surprised me. I walked downstairs and saw her quietly washing dishes. "Why did you do that?" I asked. She turned, a little startled. "You seemed tired. I just thought you needed it." Her voice was soft, almost fragile. And for the first time, I actually saw her. The days went by, and I noticed her more. The way she tied her hair. The way she smiled at small things. The way she always put others before herself. But I also noticed something else, her eyes. Eyes that carried sadness, deep, hidden, unspoken. One night, I found her sitting alone in the backyard. The sky was dark but her eyes were darker. "Are you okay?" I asked. She quickly wiped her tears. "I'm fine." But she wasn't. I sat next to her without saying anything. After a long silence, she whispered, "People think silence hides weakness, but sometimes silence hides stories no one wants to hear." I didn't push her. I just listened. And day by day, she opened up. She told me her parents forced her to work because they couldn't afford to send her to school anymore. She told me how she once wanted to be a painter, but life didn't give her the chance. She told me how she never felt loved, just used. Every word she spoke dug deeper into my heart. One afternoon, I saw her sitting on the roof, sketching with a broken pencil in an old notebook. Her drawing was beautiful, raw, emotional, full of life. "You should be studying somewhere," I said. She smiled sadly. "Dreams and people like me, they don't go together." But I wanted to change that. Slowly, our relationship shifted. I started having tea with her. I helped her with chores just so we could talk. We shared stories, laughter, and sometimes, silence. Beautiful silence. One rainy evening, everything changed. I slipped on the wet floor and twisted my ankle. Zia rushed to me. Her hands held me gently, her eyes full of fear. "Are you hurt? Tell me." Her voice cracked, and for a moment, she wasn't the maid. She was someone who cared deeply. I felt my heart skip. "Why are you crying?" I whispered. "I don't know why, but I can't see you in pain." And in that moment, our silence spoke louder than any confession. Over the next week, while I recovered, she stayed by my side. She brought me food, helped me walk, read to me when I couldn't sleep. She was sunshine in my dull days. One night, while putting medicine on my foot, she said softly, "You have everything. Why do you talk to me so much?" "Because you're the only one who listens," I replied. Our eyes met. My heartbeat changed. Hers too. But life doesn't let happiness stay untouched. My mother saw us laughing together one morning. It didn't take her long to assume the worst. "She is a maid, Anaya. Don't forget your place, and don't make her forget hers." That night, Zia came to my room with tears in her eyes. "I think I should leave." "No." I held her hand. "You're not going anywhere." But the fear in her eyes, it wasn't about losing the job. It was about losing me. I squeezed her hand gently. "You're not just someone in the house, you're someone in my heart." She broke down crying, and I held her close. Her head rested on my shoulder, her tears warm against my skin. Days passed, and I realized something. Love doesn't look at class. Love doesn't care about roles. Love finds quiet hearts, and connects them. So I made a decision. I convinced my family to let her study. I paid for her classes with my savings. She hesitated at first, but when she held her books on the first day of class, her eyes sparkled like the sunrise. She said, "I never thought someone would give me a chance to dream again." I smiled. Dreams are free, you just needed wings. As she grew confident, I grew closer to her. We spent evenings studying together, laughing, talking about futures we once thought were impossible. One night, she looked at me with trembling eyes. "Why me?" she whispered. "Because my heart didn't choose your job," I replied. "It chose your soul." She held my face gently, and for the first time, she kissed me. Soft, slow, full of emotion, like silence finally finding its voice. Today, she's no longer the maid. She's an artist, studying at a real academy. She exhibits her paintings. She signs her name with pride. And every night, she comes home to me. Not as a servant, not as someone forgotten by life, but as the woman who taught me that love can rise even from silence. She wasn't born